I'm Chenea Schacher for DevilsDigest.com, here publisher, Code Rubino, after the Sun Devils' 72-51 victory over the Colorado Buffalo. Now, the win was definitely necessary, along with the win for Utah, or over Utah on Thursday, especially after they lost on the road to UCLA and #1 ranked Arizona. A lot of people were saying that they were more pretenders and not contenders, but with this, they improved to 4-3 in Pac-12 play. So they're still in the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know it seems like every home game right now seems like ASU has a must-win, but it really is after you lose back-to-back games against UCLA and Arizona. Granted, maybe those games that you don't expect to win, but you have to keep the momentum going in league play. Another added bonus for today's game is that Colorado was ranked 18 in the RPI, so when you're presenting that resume, so to speak, to the NCAA tournament committee, you could show a win against a very high-ranking team. So it was definitely a huge win for Arizona State today, and it was definitely crucial for them to go ahead and sweep the homestand, like you said, after those two losses, and they went ahead and did it, so mission accomplished.
Now let's talk a little bit about the bench play. You know, Jermaine Marshall has had a groin injury. You saw him a little bit today, moving better, but overall his points were not where they were before. But we've had Jonathan Gilling step in the last couple games, you know, really making an impression outside on that arc. And then also you have Eric Jacobson, who started in his first game against Utah, and then tonight had 6 rebounds and then also 6 points. So
yeah, when it comes to roster moves, it seems like Herb Sendek is hitting all the right buttons. He's getting great production from Eric Jacobson, just a big body down low, which was definitely very vital against teams like Utah and Colorado, which presented a lot of length. And really going into the season, Herb Sendek made no bones about the fact that Arizona State was going to be challenged rebounding. When you have Eric Jacobson down there to go ahead and help with that, that is a huge point. Another thing also to keep in mind when it comes to rebounding, when Eric Jacobson and Jordan Bashinsky obviously tie up the big men of the opponents, somebody like Jahi Carson could go and get rebounds. He got 6 rebounds today, 4 on the offensive end, got 8 rebounds on Thursday against Utah. So it's almost like a domino effect when you go ahead and put Eric Jacobson in there. Now you have Jonathan Gilling, who Eric Jacobson replaces in the lineup, and you think, okay, how does Jonathan Gilling respond now being a bench player? Well, Herb Sendek joked after today's game that he probably should have benched Jonathan Gilling a long time ago, because Jonathan Gilling has yet to miss beyond the arc since he's been a bench player. 7 out of 7, 4-4 today. So sometimes as a coach, the moves that you make that you think are going to be successful, sometimes they exceed your wildest expectations. That's what we're seeing right now with Eric Jacobson and Jonathan Gilling. And Jermaine Marshall had the groin injury, did not play against U of A, was really a non-factor against Utah. Today he did start, went to the bench quite early, but in 19 minutes scored 8 points all in the second half, part of a huge run that the Sun Devils had in the second half to go and put this game away. So you're really getting production from a lot of different players in different positions. Bo Barnes, another player that played great in this homestand. So it's definitely a collective effort. It's not Jahi Carson, and as far as he goes, ASU is going to go. You got a lot of players contributing, seeing a lot of balanced scoring, a lot of balanced rebounding. That's how you're going to win games in the Pac-12, and Arizona State has done a great job in these 2 wins. It's imperative for them to go ahead and keep that recipe, if you will, down the road.
I think something that the Sendek and also the players really emphasize today is the character of all their players. Whether they're coming off the bench or they're starting, or whether they're walk-ons like Bo Barnes, their character has really made an influence in regards to how much they're improving.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you have bad times, so to speak, after those 2 losses against U of A and UCLA, you do have to dig deep, and you have to go ahead and show how you perform in adversity, and that's really the true character of a player, no matter what the level of competition is. And Arizona State is showing that character right now. Now, granted, you can say Utah is definitely not one of the juggernauts of the Pac-12, but still a very tough team. Colorado, obviously, without Spencer Dinwiddie, who had a horrible knee injury a few weeks ago, is not the same team that beat Kansas, that has an RPI right now of number 18. So, yeah, maybe ASU did catch a break catching those 2 games at home right now this week. But look, you're not going to make excuses about anyone to get in the Pac-12. Just like a lot of other teams took advantage of that Dinwiddie injury against Colorado, so did ASU. But ASU is still playing good basketball. There's nothing you can take away from them in that case. And like you said, the character, the resiliency of this team is showing right now. It's just imperative they have to go ahead and keep this up. A lot of tough road games are down the road expected for this team, so they need to go to make sure that they can go ahead and keep this momentum going.
Yeah, and definitely momentum is important, but today we also saw a really big struggle with turnovers. They had 16 overall, 11 in the first half. So what exactly?
I think with the turnovers, what happened is that they just maybe played a little too fast. Although Zendek discounted that effect to some case. It's kind of funny because coaches do want teams to play fast, play the quote-unquote sexier style of basketball, and sometimes that comes with the price, turnovers being the case. So I think that maybe you saw a little of that today. Maybe the turnovers were contagious because as many turnovers as ASU had, Colorado even had more. I think 18 for the game. So it's almost like, which team is going to turn over the ball more? That's how it seemed like in the first half. But give ASU credit. In the second half, they only had 5 turnovers out of their 16. Obviously, the big run that they had and just the overall performance in the second half was definitely attributed to having more control and really taking care of the basketball in the second half. So that's something that you can say ASU won despite the turnovers. You just hope you're not going to repeat that down the road, because there are going to be teams much tougher than Colorado that you're going to go ahead and face where the 16 turnovers are absolutely going to go ahead and be your detriment.
Exactly. So moving forward, ball security, important issue for the Sun Devils as they go on the road, and they're going to be seeing Cal as well as Stanford coming up in this next on the road stand. For DevilsDigest.com, I'm Chenea Schacher with publisher Hoder Bino.